Hey guys, if you just noticed, I recently posted a um, jump in for the manga Sekire, which you can watch it. Um, I guess I'll add a link. I'll have to figure out how to put links here, or however people do it, because I have no idea how to do it. But I posted it, and then I started thinking, what if I started doing this for more manga that I read? And this one's going to be about Fairy Tail. If you're waiting for season two of the anime, I think last thing you saw was sort of like filler, where Frosh was trying to find his own way back to the guild hall. I believe that's the last thing that happened. But if you're reading the manga, the uh, if you're waiting on the season two of the anime, spoiler alert. I mean, there's nothing else you can do. If you're waiting on the anime, then those of us who have read the manga already know what's gonna happen. So there's no other way spoiler. So huge spoiler alert because a lot of you are waiting for the anime. I know most of you love Natsu. A lot of you love Gray. I know I do. And Lucy's pretty much like, I guess, the main character, but no one likes her as much as Natsu or Gray or fuck, I forgot her name. Or Urza. But anyway, if you're waiting for the anime, spoiler alert. If you're not caught up on the manga, spoiler alert. But I am caught up and I'm reading on the same. Crap, can't think straight. I gotta stop posting these so late at night. Uh, I'm up to date in the same website that I'm reading, Sekire, which is mangapanda.com. Has a lot of anime, actually pretty good. But anyway, Fairy Tail. Gotta stop getting sidetracked. Uh, for those of you who are reading the manga, I hope or waiting for the anime. Like I said, last thing you saw was Frost looking for the guild hall, which happened right after the Grand Magic Games. In the manga, after that happens, because same as Dragon Ball Z, a new threat has to appear or else no more story because, no one likes seeing an average day in someone's life, like Frost looking for the guild hall, which honestly I actually like that episode. It's kind of cool and sweet. But almost immediately after the Grand Magic Games, and they not the gang, Natsu, Gray, Urza, Wendy, and Lucy take a job. Well, not really well, yeah, it's a job. I haven't read that chapter in a while, so my memory's kind of fuzzy. Take a job and go to this place and see that almost everything about this place is, number one, gigantic, and number two, frozen, which is our introduction to the, I guess, the demons from the Book of Zareth. I mean, we've met Deliora, and we've met another demon that I can't remember. This is like the same way that uh, the Sinister Six are introduced by, you know, little hints at, you know, like you'll see the Goblin's glider flying, and you'll see Octopus or the Scorpion, little hints. This is sort of like the demon's way of entering that way. So that's how we meet them. They go throughout their journey. They find out that these demons are trying to end all magic to bring about guild leader. I forget what the specific name is. Guild master. That's what it was. Guild master called End. So they're trying to use it using these devices that the Magic Council has planted around the entire continent called Face, which pretty much it explodes and it sucks up all magic and leaves magic like gone, sort of like a Idolus. But of course, everyone doesn't want that, so Fairy Tail goes to war again. Only instead of phantoms, we're fighting demons. Uh, Surprising twist at one point, one of the demons happens to be Gray's father, which I actually kind of enjoyed. That sort of like heart wrenching twist. Reading it, it sucks, yes. You find out that this guy who looks almost exactly like Gray has the exact same powers as Gray, that he's been fighting his father, who calls himself Deliora, to help, to even at that point help Gray get past his fear, which is noble. And I like that because it shows a father who loves his son so much that he is willing to make himself look evil to help his son get better. And his father dies, which another heart wrenching part. But like I said, spoilers, so you can't get mad at me. And as sort of like his father's last dying wish, he gives Gray his power, which at that point was an Ice Demon Slayer's power. I know a lot of you who have actually read the manga and are up to date are kind of like getting pissed. You forgot about the Natsu's uncle, blah 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 blah. I didn't forget. It's just I don't want to ruin everything for those who aren't up to date. And for those of you who are not actually up to date and have not actually gotten to that point, well, you know, you're in for a ride. However, back to story. So they're fighting, and I guess there was maybe 10 demons in total originally before they started making their own pets, their own spawn. I don't know what you'd call them. But it ended up to two original demons, including End, who at this point is still in book form. And then as Natsu walks up to this last demon and confronts him, everyone's most hated dragon, which everyone knows, which Gildarts lost an arm and a leg to, Acnologia, makes an appearance. Everyone starts getting scared. Everyone starts getting worried. Everyone is like for sure that we're all gonna die, and that's that. Until twist happens, and twist that pissed me off. Igneo appears. Uh, Natsu's father appears and starts. The king of the fire dragons begins fighting Acnologia, and yes, that scene is pretty awesome. Can't wait to see how they're gonna do that in the anime. But in the manga, pissed me off for about where Igneo was hiding. A lot. Pissed me off a lot. And if you're not up to date, if you've passed the Grand Magic Games, if you've passed uh, the Time Traveling Gate, then you know exactly what I'm talking. Then you're gonna find out soon. But anyways, Igneel appears. He starts fighting Echnologia. Uh, one of the spawn who happens to be uh, Minerva, I guess her name is, the one who was always called My Lady. In Sabretooth during the Grand Magic Games, uh, becomes a demon and starts fighting Urza again for no apparent reason. But, as always, something bad happens, and, uh, Wendy, who had gone to destroy Face, which is pretty much just a giant tower with a face on it, looks like the mask, looks kind of like a full version of the mask from the Phantom of the Opera, which is actually a pretty good movie, and a good opera at that. But they find out that there is actually more Face instead of the one that they thought what it was. And the rest get activated. And then a surprise twist where Gaijio, who, as if you're up to date with the anime, has become an Iron Shadow Dragon. And Wendy, who has gone from this small, scared little girl that we meet to like this, you wouldn't recognize her. Seriously. Like if you are not either up to date with Fairy Tail or you've never seen Fairy Tail or read Fairy Tail, you will not see it. You will see some of the resemblance, but you will not understand how Wendy, this adorable little girl who is crying because she lost her mother, Grandine, how the anime calls it Grandina, as the manga called it Grandini. Uh, Minor slip up. I learned about Grand whatever by the anime, so I'm gonna call it Grandina. But where was I going? You're gonna wonder how this little girl looks about 12. I believe her how old she is. Looks about 12. Little girl loves her family. Uh, very emotional. Yeah, I don't want to say emotionally unstable because she's not, but kind of weak where the heart is. To this girl who is willing to risk her own life to save magic for people who she doesn't even know, for people who have tried to bring down her family, which currently at this point is Fairy Tail, and you won't recognize her at all, and it's awesome. You see this, especially in this mini arc that we're in. You see the transformation so much, and it kind of hurts actually to see her change so much. And I'm scratching my body in front of you guys like an idiot. Sorry, guys. I don't know why my skin just itches, and now I'm being an idiot and I'm being insecure. But you know, I guess if you're not up to date, but you're close, I'm going to ruin this for you. Face is activated, and magic starts slipping away. Like, if there was one face, it would be going away slowly in a small area. But then, since there's so much, and only about like maybe 5 mile distance apart or something like that, there's so many. Magic is going away quickly, like so much so that Lacrima is being stolen of its magic. People who use it for electricity and stuff are finding themselves in the dark. And I believe his name is Walder or something like that. The guy who has telepathic abilities with his magic is unable to continue with this planet. They had to have, let's call him Walter. Walter push his abilities as far as they can go, speak with other guilds so that they can get together and destroy Face together. Well, since it's activated, his magic is disappearing quickly. He can't do that. But then they start noticing that a lot of Face statues are being destroyed like that really fast and like in a straight line. And if it's the same excuse with Igneo, it pisses me off because you see Grandina, you see Gagiel's father. I forgot his name. I want to say Metallico, which it's not. Pretty sure it's not. And you see Sting and Rogue's parents, and that kind of confused me because I'm not sure how it is in the manga because I started reading the manga when I finished Fairy Tail the anime. But if the anime is true to the manga, then it says that Sting and Rogue killed their family, killed their parents because Sting killed his father because he was sick, and I don't know about Rogue. But that you sense them and you see that a lot of dragons are being either resurrected or coming out of hiding to help destroy Face. And it ends with Igneo like smashing, like the coolest way you could see it. You have to read it, and with my imagination, I actually saw it like the way the anime would put it. I hope you have that kind of imagination because it is so helpful with this kind of stuff. But anyway, coolest image Igneo could do. Smash as everyone sees Face being destroyed, as Wendy and Gagiel and Sting and Rogue start realizing that their parents are back. Igneo smashes Agnologia down, smashes his face in, and just screams like humans don't give up, inspirational speech type thing. And oh my god, I love that. I might just end up go back and reading that chapter again. It's so cool. But before I go, I guess backtracking a little bit to before Face activates and all this. Gray is now an Ice Demon Slayer. Natsu is a Lightning Flame Dragon. But they're fighting the last demon because, and no, not the last demon. Technically, there's like three, and the demon Natsu's fighting, and a demon that Ursa is fighting with Minerva. You have to read to figure that out. I'm not gonna spoil everything for you. No, I'm not that big of a jerk. Um, but Natsu and Gray are fighting, like, I guess, the second in command. I guess, like, the Guildarts of this demon guild, I guess they call themselves. And they're fighting, and then Gray joins in the fight as an Ice Demon Slayer when it appears that Natsu's getting his ass kicked. And dear God, the teamwork. It's funny because, like, before this, Natsu and Gray would never be able to stand each other. Fire and ice don't mix whatsoever. But, they're best friends. They got each other's back, and then now we have a Fire Dragon Slayer and an Ice Demon Slayer. You can guess how that's gonna go. So, hopefully, I'm insecure like that. Put your comments below. Yeah, put your comments below. Sorry, my laptop just like phased out for a bit. Comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me was there something that you liked about my video, what you want me to do for my next video, stuff like that. And I'll appreciate it, and I'll try to get back to you soon. Christmas is close to just around the corner, and I've got Christmas shopping to do, which sucks if you're a guy. Well, this is the professor signing off, I guess.